Yo, what is going on, everybody? We are back at the setup. How is everybody doing? Good to see you guys in here. We are back with the streams. We are back with the schedule. Okay, let me kind of switch the lighting around because it's like blinding right now. All right, not as good lighting, but like this would be like the best lighting. But I'm not starting at a light this early in the morning, guys. No chance. But welcome back to the stream. Let's have a fantastic day. Get a good start to the week. And let's see what we're working with here. All right. ES kind of dumped more than Anki, I feel like, overnight. Same percentage wise. So this should be interesting on what we're going to do. If you guys can see ES here, we have a sweep of high here. Anki has something similar. Sweep of that high. Daily fair value gap tap. And now we're kind of rejecting. So I'm going to be bearish to start off the week and day. We have an hourly fair value gap. We'll use that as bias. We don't have 4-hour gap too. So we're rejecting hourly, respecting a 4-hour. No news today, but we do have huge news rest of the week. But like I said, I hope everyone's doing good. I hope everyone had a good last week. We'll play. So if you look at, let's look at Forex Factory together here. We have nothing tomorrow or nothing today. We got Red Fuller tomorrow. This probably doesn't do much. NFP on a Wednesday. I don't know who decided to put NFP on a Wednesday. We got unemployment claims Thursday. It's probably not gonna do much, and then CPI. So unemployment claims, CPI are my two main red folders that I'm looking at, and I think we can catch some good moves off that. Yeah, I had a good weekend. Just chilled out, recorded some videos, and getting back into the flow of things. All right, are you guys bearish or bullish on the day today? What are you guys looking at? Like I said, personally, I am looking for downside. Bearish, neutral, bullish, bearish. Bearish. I can't believe last week. What kind of like was like wow to me is like we really left these relative equal lows. Like this was insane. What I was thinking, right? So on Friday, I posted in the Discord. I'm like, look, I think we're gonna go to 25-100 and then have a really strong close to end of the week, right? But we did tap into what, like 24 or 24-1, excuse me. We tapped into 24-2. I wanted a sweep of this low. I thought we would have some SMT with ES and NQ here. And then I was looking at something like this where NQ sweeps it and then kind of reverse high. But the fact that NQ didn't sweep it kind of makes me think that we're gonna go back down there. The weekly pretty much closed a little bit lower than the range. ES closed perfectly in the range, so at least a move back down to that would be ideal, or like even halfway. Let's see what the fib retracement is. Even halfway would be ideal, but 100 really is elusive right here, and I do want that to get tapped into. Let me see. Yeah, I think if 10 a.m. Eastern closes this 4-hour gap, this inversion here, I'm gonna be interested in this. And a small BPR right here. Let me turn it down a little bit. I'm pretty sure it's too loud. I think it's like good right here. Bro, I saw the video and I was showing my lady. I'm like, dude, the Super Bowl. I was like, this looks like Alex FG, and he had Trader on his thing. Bro, those guys probably like inside bet that there's gonna be a streaker, bro. I genuinely believe that. Oh, he did last time. How is he not banned after the first time? What's good? What's good? Yes, sir. Let's have a good session. We're gonna get back into it. We've been pretty off schedule, but yeah, they're just joining in. I was looking at downside today. In terms of my internal liquidity, I'm looking at it. It's just on NQ. I obviously look for these lows down here, and then the lows within any fair value gap. Probably this one here. Oop. We have a bunch of low resistance liquidity built up. Brian has vanished. Dude, he went to Miami as well for the event, and he got super sick after. I don't know when he's gonna be back. All right, chat. If you guys are trading evals or anything like that, make sure to use code SMART for the best rewards. I saw Brian in bad place. When you pull, yeah, dude, the daily and the weekly have been straight consolidation since, like, if you think about it, since September, right? Not even October, all the way from early September, we are in the exact same range. It's just been range. And the issue is, like, we've low-key been in a pretty bad action since late May, because this was a lot of chop on a daily chart, right? It's hard to trade in terms of like bias because we're just chopping. We kind of picked up trend a little bit here in July, and then just chop, right? End of July, early August is just chop. This is like easier looking at hindsight than it was trading it, because this has been pretty bad. And not even Loki, yeah, it completely. The only good price action of 2025, I think, was a tariff price action, and then I like November price action because, oh yeah, November we had a pretty massive move down here, a 10% pullback, so that was good. But after it's been chop. It's hard to like expect range breaks or anything like that. All right, I'm thinking of like, dude, honestly, a pre-market trade I feel like wouldn't be bad. I do feel like off open we're gonna dump. Like that would be ideal. Have a pretty good impulse into lows, and then dude, I interview with all right. So the Tradeify podcast is gonna be out in probably, I don't know when. The Trader to Trader, when me and Brian are just talking, it was literally just us two talking, is gonna be out in late March, April, and then the Prop Firm podcast is like a Prop Firm Trader podcast that's gonna be out in April. The Word of Wisdom and the Word of Wisdom and Chart Fanatics won't be out until probably summer or like fall. And then I did a roundtable with me, Jade Cap, Kane, Yosh, Akala, and then the Apex VP. And that will, I don't know when that's gonna be out. Why so late? It is, they have a lot of editing, and then they have a lot of like, they're dubbing it into like different languages and all that. It's just a whole, it's a whole thing. It's nice to be back, Million. It really is. Yo, what's good, Matt? What's goody? What's goody? All right, let me see. Let's get logged into my accounts. So, chat, what do we think about Top Step right now? I feel like they're pretty unpopular right now. That's insane, dude. Misclicking top sabotage, dude. Yeah, misclicking and getting punished that big is insane to me, bro. Wild. Crazy, man. This playlist is hitting right now. Anyone better than TBT? TBT is so good, bro. Their live account is amazing. What do you expect London High to even go lower? Dude, London High is pretty far, no? Like, if we go back to London High, I think we're just gonna keep going. Wait, where is London High? Let me see. That is 100. I ideally would like a dump off open. You think M5 is actionable even before open? Not normally, but we'll probably just wait for open here. My ideal situation is we got like a big dump, we got an inversion on this 5-minute, and then we take a lower time from entry. Yeah, 215 is pretty high. Why I'm already took it? Pasta is gunning for self-sabotage of the year. Yeah, it's just a very, very bad look. I'm not gonna lie. They're moving people to live after one payout. That's interesting. Didn't see that one coming. I'll be honest. Dude, I'm trying to log into Top Step and I forgot my password. I have fucking no idea what my password is. Let me see my phone. Let's see. What is my password on Top Step? This isn't right. I am not gonna go. I'm not gonna bother to change my password. Dude, how are these all wrong? Dude, I fucking give up. I fucking give up. All right, nice little dump here off open. What's the R on this if I was to take this here? London high protected. Not bad. I'm waiting for the open though. I'm confident in the downside this week though. All right. I'm not in setup right now, but I'm bearish on the day. Yeah, because Brian's more focused on smart prop firm. He's not really active in Discord anyways. Wow, we're still working on smart prop firm. Can't call them trash. The OG super reliable, just a bit shady. I mean, look, I personally give criticism where criticism is due, and I give them props when props do, right? But this has just been bad, bro. Like, increase in price and things like that while your platform is absolutely shit is insane to me too. Like, are we serious? There's a time and place for those things. I feel like it's not the time or place. It was like $200 for a no fee count now. Just a little shady in my eyes. I think it's a lack of self like not awareness, but lack of accountability. I feel like sometimes could. That's what I hate the most. But like I said, I still think they'll be fine overall in the long run, but it's a bad run. They had a pregame Super Bowl ad. I didn't see it because I didn't watch the pregame that much, but that's crazy, dude. They had to deny the payouts to get people to get the money paid, bro, for the ad. Yeah, people ask me all the time, it's like, dude, you don't like Top Step, but you still shill Apex, bro. The only reason I like Apex because they actually pay out if you follow the rules, bro. Like, it comes down to that. Like, if you guys took out $1 million, I'll do something. If you took $1 million off from the prop firm too, you'd be supporting it too. Like, I don't know what to say. It's the most profitable firm I'm on ever. And they're the only people who pay out $1 million plus on sim, right? Everyone else, you know, TPT does it on live, and I'm pretty sure other firms have a cap on it in terms of how much you can make on live too. But like, Brian, because Brian has, I think he's only traded 7 days. That's why. I honestly though, I'm still kind of pissed because I only traded 25 days. Like, give me my full 45 days of trading, I probably would have broke the record, but it is what it is. And I do think that. I think I would have broke the record. All right, let me clear some of my tabs. With that being said, I still don't want to be on Top Step Live this year, but probably later in the year when everything's kind of better, I feel like. Yeah, Silver's been wilding. That 30% deal was insane. I saw that happen live. All right, I'm about to open up here in 5 minutes. Let's see what we get. The thing is, so this is the current market, right? We have low resistance here. We have low resistance here. We're expecting a 4-hour gap here, rejecting a daily gap. So it's a, you guys can see how the bias is kind of conflicting. So we'll play what we see. But we're very cautious. Ideally, like I said, I like to play downside. Ideally. Yeah, then my overall bias would be downside, but it's kind of like conflicting on the higher time frame. Just because there's so many PD arrays both sides. So, you know, one person that's moved live Apex that doesn't exist with them. They are actually starting to move people live. Yeah. Yep. As the mirror platforms are making harder for us to pass the eval, they are getting rid of 1-day pass. I mean, at the same time, yeah, they might be making the rules harder, but we're pretty spoiled still. The access to prop firms, the access to capital is pretty good. My only critique about prop firms is the live accounts seem like a punishment unless you're on TPT, right? Like, I feel like the other live accounts aren't as appealing. I talked about that. I talked about that on the roundtable because I was like, it should feel like a reward, right? And there's real life prop firms and real life, you know, firms that scale your accounts as you make more money. And I thought that's where the prop firm should kind of lean to, like, to be a real prop firm. Let's say you start your live account with 10K, and if you get to like 50K, whatever, like they'll give you like more capital to work with. Not a lot, but just like, you know, basically incentives along the way. It just hasn't been that way in the space ever. And I think the first prop firm to do that would be pretty epic. But like I said, it hasn't done it yet. Yeah, they give you 5 accounts. Yeah. I think TPT is like the blueprint of live accounts. 5 accounts, no rules, no nothing. You can do 15 minutes out the bat if you want, right? Like, that's how it should be in terms of control. because you shouldn't be restricted to anything. You get your full payout and whatnot. All right, let me throw some stocks on though, chat. BRB, BRB, BRB. All right, let's throw some socks on. My feet are freezing. Feet are freezing. All right, 2 minutes are open. Let's see what we get. Like I said, hopefully we get like a big dump off open, and I can kind of ride the trend to the downside. If we do start moving, if we start moving up off open, I don't know if I'm gonna be too interested in this market. To be honest, I don't want to see London highs or anything. I'd rather play downside. Yeah, they do. My boy just got moved to Tradify Live, so I'm gonna see what they are. By the way, you're doing amazing with your IG content. I appreciate it, bro. We're trying to have like a mix of everything on the IG, like funny stuff, you know, like when I do my matcha reviews, and then actual education, and then like ranking prop firm, things like that. We're trying to do everything where it's not boring, it's fresh, and you know, trade recaps, things like that. Yeah, that's true. They don't differentiate good between good traders and churners, which I think they need to start doing. You know? All right, chat, let's see where we go here. Make sure you drop a like on the stream. We'll do some giveaways today. We'll give away some smart prop firm points. We are, you know, pretty behind on giveaways, I feel like. So drop a like on the stream. Let's see what we can do today. I basically tried like a 1.5 R to 1 R, something like that. And then I let my runners basically do the heavy lifting. Like the 1.5 R will actually turn into something, you know, more. That makes sense. All right, pretty big dump off open. Damn. All right, like I said, the bias is to the downside. If we take out, guys, come on, bro. What the fuck am I supposed to do? If we take out this low, this 1 minute candle, what am I supposed to do? Oh my goodness. Bruh. What the fuck are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do, chat? That's annoying. And now, like, shorts are just so low probability. Ah, that's annoying. All right. Fucking hell, dude. What we're probably have to do is wait a next... we probably have to wait the 4-hour close. Because if the 4-hour close is the inversion, I'm going to be interested in that close. I don't want to pre-run the inversion. I don't want to pre-run the inversion. Hopefully we go lower. Yeah, I think so. I hope so too. That's fucking crazy, dude. I mean, our bias is right, I guess. If this 4-hour goes inversion, I'll probably take a short swing. I'm gonna wait for this 4-hour close. If this 4-hour, like I said, goes IFEG, we'll take a short swing. I'll alert in the Discord as well. But currently we're sweeping the low within the 4-hour and going higher. Well, not really higher, but like getting a reaction off of it. So a 4-hour is gonna be big. I think you could tell pretty early if it's gonna be a trend. Oh my god, what I got on my eye? What was that? Oh my god. I would have shorted this fair value gap if the low hadn't been swept, right? But since the low got swept, it's a little bit lower probability. It's not something you want to take because it's got a chance to go inversion. Yeah, usually I do. But if I take it on live, I might take it on option sometimes. But all right, pretty strong reaction off the low. We're about to create an inversion, chat. I don't really want to take this IFEG. We have SMT at the lows too. Is this an A+ setup here? 4-hour fair value gap, SMT at the lows. I think my bias is getting in the way in terms of not wanting to long this. I really don't want to long this. I think I'm gonna stick to my bias. Is there a 15-minute PD right here? Oh, a 15-minute gap on ES. I'll probably give this one jab to the downside. I'll give that jab to the downside if we get like a strong down close candle. This is the only day it doesn't have a lot of news. All right, we pretty much confirmed the inversion there on ES or on NQ, excuse me. So this 15-minute candle ends up playing out. It's just a little risky, I feel like. If we close back under, okay, the only way I'll look to take a short is if we violate this inversion here, right? If we violate this IFEG, I'll look for lower. If not, I'm gonna look at this like, okay, this probably might run this low resistance liquidity here into buy side. This isn't normally this is a setup that I'd take, but like I said, I really don't want to play upside. I just feel like it's a little risky here. Not as high probability that I'd like it to be. I feel like every IFEG trader, every ICT trader is taking this long here. That's what I think. Let's see if they get rewarded here. I didn't take it. I wanted to take a short to the sell side, but the first opening candle kind of nuked it. Couldn't do anything about that. That was kind of tragic open in terms of taking that. I'm not in anything right now. Nothing right now. Staying patient. It's one of those longs. If you take it, you live with the results, even if you take a loss. It's a pretty good setup. We have SMT, 4-hour gap, 1-minute inversion. I just want to see this 4-hour close and see if we can get some more clues on where this is going to go. There he goes. Bro, if we grind up today, bro, the stream's getting turned off so fast. I don't even know what's gonna hit him. Like, are we really gonna go for London highs? That'd be so ass. All right, relative equal highs on ES. There should be another quick pop up here. Love these highs. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, I was thinking of taking the 5-minute gap straight up here. This inversion. Yeah, I was gonna place my stop like above here, but we live with the results. Yeah, 1 hour. We're still currently in it. If we get a closure above like 163, I'll be like, okay, for sure, that's gonna reverse it. If we get like an inversion here, I'll probably jab this, something like that. When we're in the times that I struggle the most is when we're in 2 higher time frame gaps, right? Like, we're in a 4-hour bullish gap and a daily bearish gap. To me, that's usually like time to just relax, chill, and wait for the next few days, kind of let it play out, or like an impulse on the 4-hour candle, get like a break of structure or something. This is okay. I think so. Here's my thing, right? If we don't take out these lows from November, this is gonna be really bad, because now I'm gonna be looking at this and be like, okay, where the fuck are we gonna go on the higher time frame, right? With the relative equal lows above. So I really hope, for the sake of me not taking losses in the future, they take out these lows within the next couple weeks. We're really far from it. Already 1,000 points. I don't know what percent that is. 4%. And also, this 4-hour closes here. It's gonna be like, bro, what? Same with this 1 hour. Yeah, it is always Monday with no news. I always come into thinking, okay, I'm probably not gonna take a trade. We'll see. Don't want to say I'm not gonna take a trade and then a good setup presents itself. Honestly, like, people are like, oh, are you only IFEG trader? No, I use like every single like model, right? It's more about knowing about the surroundings of the market and being aware of where the market is and things of that nature. Keep my IFEG, FPG are just entry models, and entry models literally mean jack shit, right? I can teach a monkey how to enter off of IFEG. It's gonna be, and I talked about this all last week. I was like, bro, the strategy itself does not matter, bro. Like, the strategy is the most bullshit thing ever, and people try to sell that because it's something that you can actually purchase, right? Like, consumers will buy a strategy model, fucking mentorship course, whatever, when it's truly about the mindset. Psychology, discretion and market experience is 20,000 bajillion times more important than the strategy itself. The strategy does not matter. I mean, bro, I don't know if dude, 200 points off open or off this reversal. Like, you're crazy if you think I'm gonna short this now, bro. Like, we need to come back down to like the 25K if we're gonna short this. This is not something where I'm taking a short up here. We're probably gonna inverse this 1 hour here. Unless we get a massive wick here in the next like 15 minutes, then I'll think about it. But for now, this is not it. This is probably gonna run into London highs. And if you're trying to participate in the market now, it's already too late. That's another thing. Your most high probability draw after, you know, this SMT at the lows, liquidity sweep occurred, and at that point, this is it. If you didn't catch this move, you're done for the day, in my eyes, at least in the morning. And I'm right with you guys being take this trade. And this is where you rely on data, right? Like, my data that I've accumulated over the years tells me if I take a trade right now to upside for a continuation, I'd probably take a loss on this. So it'd probably pull back and things of that nature. This is not high probability. I try not to trade in London no more because I'm prioritizing my sleep. But there's like generational opportunity in the market where we're moving like 500 points to London session, which there's times in the year we do that, then I will. But lately, no.
I'm a thousand voices, a storm of tide, a puzzle with pieces, stealing the fog. I walk with no mind, no compass in hand. A wind of dawn sweeps over the room. It's rippling water.
Yeah, that was not it. I was sacrificing my sleep for a couple extra dollars. That's not it. The less I trade, the better I do, man. The less I trade, the better I do. So you guys will probably see some streams in a couple coming up now where I'll probably like 3-4 streams in a row where I might not take a trade. I'm really focusing on not taking trades this year. Like that is one of my goals and resolutions to myself, I guess, is like I'm not gonna take trades. Like that's just not gonna happen. I'm gonna take last week I took trades, right? Because the volatility was so kicked up. I knew exactly where the market is going to go. Those are the times of the market where I need to put on risk. This is not the time where I need to put on risk. Being around with so many traders who have made millions and millions of dollars, right? Talking to Jade Cap, talking to Kane, bro, they all say the same thing. If I want to take that next step, it's literally going to be me not trading every day and not trading low probability conditions. And look, my low probability conditions might not be your low probability conditions, right? But I just try to pick everyone's brain and kind of see where everyone's at. Like I'm still pretty new in trading. I'm not new, but like going on to 6th year. These guys have been trading 10+ years, right? Bro, if you want to get out of the mud sooner, don't trade as much, bro. I don't know what else to say. And I wish I told myself that earlier too. If you like focus on those like few high like I think last week was pretty good because the volatility's kicked up, right? I use volatility index. We're gonna come back into this 5-minute gap here. Let's see if ES already. I think ES might have already done it. Yeah, the ES is tapping into this 5-minute gap. NQ still holding there. So I probably trade like 4 to 5 times a week. I want to cut down to like 2 to 3 times. Obviously, I'm gonna go from like 5 to 1, right? That's just like I gotta make something sustainable, and I think going down to like 3 to 2 is good. Which is why when I trade live, I always like don't copy alert me, don't signal bot me, more like learn, right? And I'm gonna try to like, especially this year, I'm gonna try to push out the psychology aspect of trading way more than the technical side of things, and like the approach and mindset you need when you get into trading. I think that's way more important. Is there any news on Friday about transferring accounts in one transaction? I don't know. Is it news on Friday? I don't know what that means. Count to one transaction. All right, ES set the highs. The 5 minutes getting pretty dug into here. So 16-point rejection out the highs on ES. NQ so in this 5-minute gap. If we inverse both of these, maybe we'll go for these where the SMT lows are on NQ and ES. And I'll look to see if we can do something with that. Like I said, back into like the 25K, that's when I'll be like with my short bias. ES already looks really weak though. But I like to trade NQ, so I'm gonna wait for NQ. That's why I don't like trading Twitter, because it gets in trading every day. Like some people like trading every day and it works out for them. Some people don't. It just depends on you as a trader, right? Um, it's literally gonna depend on you as a trader what you're like want and comfortable with. I notice every time that I trade multiple times a week, like 5 times a week, like it just doesn't go well with me. That doesn't mean I end green or red on the day, but like, or the week. It's just I'm giving back profits, right? So basically, I'm trying to stop giving back profits to the market. At the end of the year, that really tallies up to a large amount. All right, 5 minute gap here. Like I said, ES is probably going to inverse this. NQ just barely tapping into, so I'm going to be patient on NQ and see what we get. Something worth taking, I'll give it a jab with like wide stops for a full on day trade. Profits, but stop giving back. Yeah, for sure. Less is more. And also, I want to start capturing the full day range versus just a scalp of it. Which also means less trading. Can never be a full-time trader if you want to keep doing that. Yeah, and then like I said, you'll reach levels where you're kind of going for with that mindset. Like I said, I'm gonna really push out the mindset and the psychology of trading this year. That's like my main goal. The strategy itself is whatever. Like there's like so many people with different strategies out there that work. But at the end of the day, it's gonna be you on as trader and what your mindset is approaching this. So I don't feel like I need to talk about strategy because you can look up any video on YouTube and you have 1,000 videos on the same strategy, right? Why you prefer wide stops? I usually just play the chart. It's not about the wide stops. If the charts tell me like have a 30-point stop, I'll use a 30-point stop. But if the chart is telling me I need a 50-point stop, 100-point stop, that's fine. The size down as the stops get wider. All right, currently respecting the 5-minute gap on NQ. Gosh. The reason I'm not entering off this gap is like we already took out our main area liquidity. At this point, I don't know if we're gonna go to London highs or not. Do you consider win rate? I mean, win rate is pretty irrelevant at the end of the day. If you're profitable, you're profitable. If you're not, you're not. With both. The funny thing is I can capture a full daily range with options, no problem. I can't do it with futures, and I don't know why. So I'm trying to figure that out. Yeah, I'll take SPX on live too. But like my SPX trades last a very long time. Like I'll take it on live here, and then we'll like close the stream, and then we'll still be holding it. And I update and stuff like that on the Discord and whatnot. I do like options. I like options a lot. I actually prefer options most times. I can't tell if what's good's trolling or not, but like having no stops on options is the exact reason why I love options way more than I do futures, because I don't have to be right about the timing. It's just about the direction. Have you been interested in order flow? No, but I met Yush. She's like a really big trader, millions of payouts, whatever. And he trades order flow, and it was interesting to see his take on order flow and whatnot. I think it's like different strategies almost. Not different strategies, like different approaches on what you want from the market. All right, we're just chopping in this 5-minute gap. See where it goes. If this goes inversion, this 1-minute gap above here, probably going to London highs. Options not trolling, future quasi. Yeah, I'm with you on that, dude. It's like mentally relieving knowing that you only have to have the direction versus the everything else. All right, 4-hour closing in 1 minute. Let's see what we're looking at. Pretty much like a doji. 1 hour did not close above the gap either, so maybe 30 seconds unless we got a fat candle here, but I doubt it. I doubt it. All right, so 1 minute still rejecting. I would have hoped this 1 hour like kind of either broke structure to upside so they get a better idea of what we're looking at, but do you guys like the earlier stream start time though? Started today at 9 a.m. Eastern. I think I'm gonna continue like that. Especially when we have news days, I think that's gonna be very beneficial to start early. Yeah, I posted in the Discord. I was like, I'm gonna start at 9, but I'll update everything. I'll tell you everyone what's happening. I think if we get an inversion, we'll probably go to this high. What's the R on this? This would be a 1-to-1. Yeah, I think we'll take London highs. This is chopping right now. That's just too early for me, bro. I'm gonna have to wake up like at 5, bro. I don't know if I'm able to function at that time. Back and forth. Yeah. I posted it. I posted it on Discord. I was like, I'm gonna go live 9 a.m. Eastern. All right, chat. Let's do a giveaway. Make sure to drop a like on the stream, chat. How many likes do we have? I can't see my likes no more. Let's do some giveaways though. If you guys are new, make sure to drop a sub. We are back every day. Only 95. We need to get to at least 110, guys. At least 110. We're not gonna end stream or anything. We're just gonna do a giveaway. 50-point candles back and forth. Yeah, I think like I said, if we get an inversion here, we'll probably go to London High. All right, let me set up the giveaway. We'll do 3 winners. We'll do 2 winners. We'll do 2 winners. So chat, if we have good price action for this week, rest of the week we'll do double streams. This is not gonna be one of those days where I do double streams, but like ideally on like on red folder day. Whoa, it did start 2. Hold on. Let's do the first one. Do the first one. All right. Let me link the server invite. I'm gonna invite you guys. Make sure to join. Only thing you need to do is join. Is press this button right here and it'll automatically join you. All right, we got our inversion and we should take out London highs now. This should go. Should go to London highs here. Me and Lance are we'll probably do a stream this week. Probably tomorrow. Probably tomorrow. Yep, there it comes. Oh my god, not the Xbox app. I'm gonna click Discord. This might just be a trend all the way up to the 4-hour fill, right? The highs. Yeah, this looks really strong right now. That's where you full port your eval 10 minutes for the London highs, and you capture 10 points and you pass. Yeah, we're gonna continue it. I just took a lot of the last year off the end of the year because I didn't want to trade no more. It was simply that. Especially after the payout, I was not gonna trade the next month. Chat, I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, if we leave these relative equal lows on here, that's gonna be so tragic. This is gonna be this absolutely brutal in terms of liquidity. But yeah, for sure, duo stream tomorrow with Atlanta, so we'll be live twice. I miss. All right, let's see what won the giveaway real quick. All right, Vez and GMAC, congrats on the win. Make sure to DM me your smart prop firm email, your SPF email. DM it to me on Discord, and wait like 5 business days to get the points. Chat, why do I feel like my camera quality is cooked? Am I tripping? I like watching my own stream right now. It does not look clear. Bro, there's no way that shit's clear, bro. Oh, let me test this out real quick. Give me a sec. Yeah, it's not clear. Okay. I feel like I feel like the focus is off. No? I'm looking at myself through the actual camera. It looks good, but it is the lighting. I think usually I have it like the lighting's like this, and I don't have my warm. I have 2 warm lights on right now. I gotta turn the other one on. We'll fix it later. Only splash. No, if I was, the mistake I made with my setup is I put it against the wall. I should have put it in the middle of the room where I have the 2 overhanging lights, right? Because I can't put any lights behind my setup. There's no space. If I was to redo it, I'll do it that way. Wait, anything? Nah. I think ES took out London highs. I'm just waiting to see what NQ does. Been grinding up since the morning liquidity sweep. Like if we don't reject in this area here, it's gonna be a full grind up. So the highest low end, I think ES took it out though, right? Oh no, ES hasn't either. No sweep yet. It's been chopping and then in like the PDA raise and then it's expanding higher. Yeah, this was definitely the trade. It's Monday. It's all good. These are all just buys here until London highs. I'm gonna look at my down. It's a really clean market maker buy model, which it was, but wasn't able to capitalize on it. All right, there's London high. I don't have a nah. It's just say a sitting desk. That's today was a very like I'm gonna look back on this, but it was an easy ass day. S&T in the 4-hour gap, 1 minute inversion to the upside. I just hesitated. So when I go back in journal today, I'm probably like my bias just got in the way. That's the biggest thing for today. Because it makes it really hard with those. Last week's low was not a good low. Yeah, I mean, this has been grinding up. It's been respecting every single PD rate we put in. 320s, 340s. The hourly has some time, but this looks like a very strong hourly. We have a change in say delivery hourly inversion as well. Excuse me. Grind up. Yeah, this daily volume balance, I was kind of looking at it earlier. One right here. 400s. No, I'm not in a trade right now. I didn't take any trades. Gonna probably end up with 0 trades this morning. Yeah, this would have been the trade if I would have took it, like something like this. But my bias got in my way. I'll post it on Twitter saying pretty easy trade, but my bias got me. Yeah, I'm not mad about it. We go on to the next. It's not the first trade I missed, won't be the last. I also didn't expect the Monday to be so clean with no real factor or news. The volatility's here, which is good, but I was gonna waiting for the CPI NFP day. Question of what do we do after Asia high is definitely stay on your hands. The infinite pump continues for today. Chat, that's gonna be a wrap for me. What for you guys? Are you guys planning to trade more today or no? For me, all the buy side levels have been taken. That kind of stings that this is a pretty clean model this morning that I wasn't able to capitalize on. But there should be more opportunity later in the week as well. Probably watch this grind to Asia highs. Nice. Probably gonna wrap it up. Whatever you guys do, don't overtrade in this price action. Slow grind ups are very scary. All right, I'm gonna wrap it up. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. No trades for me today, unfortunately, but we'll get more active as the week progresses. All right, peace and love, chat. Drop a like. Make sure to drop a sub as well. If you guys are in the Discord, I'm gonna keep trading. If there are any other setup, I'll keep you guys posted with the commentary and whatnot. But all good. All right, peace and love, chat. Catch you guys tomorrow 9 a.m. Eastern. We'll do a double stream with Lanto, ideally. Make sure his schedule aligns, and then it'll be good to go. All right, peace and love, chat. Peace and love.